like a freight train will. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea. Hey, hey, can you feel that beat? Boots on the floor, fire in the heat. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Tells the dirt roads, whiskey skies that cut through the night like fireflies. Laughter echoes through the pines, two voices cross them county lines.
Oh yeah. Coming in for Landon. Move down. And we are live. I had to do some quick moving there. Dave messed up part of the stream. We're doing something extra.
It happens.
And then I went, uh-oh, we got it. Houston, we have a problem. And I was able to correct it by the grace of God. We're thankful. I'm still setting up some things, but we're there. And we have a new stream.
Hey,
We
you
have
want to hear something interesting?
Biscuit Boys Facebook stream is now live in this
Yes.
one. Yay!
It's awesome sauce.
So if you're here with us, this might be the first time seeing it. You may go, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
What was you going to tell me?
I heard an interesting story about. Have you ever heard of a fellow named Aleister Crowley?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the fellow's name. Started following him, but he's the one that started JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is linked to NASA.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you take NASA, all right, it's got an S, it's got an A, it's got an N, and it's got another A. All right. All of those letters form the word Satan minus the T.
Okay.
When NASA counts down their rocket launch, T minus.
Sorry.
Is that not wild or what? That's the things that people come up with on social media.
There's
I'm
a
not
bunch.
saying that's true. Please don't. I'm not saying that's true. It is a coincidence.
There's a lot. I will say this about things like that. There's always those things that they make you think anyway. And for
Things
that
make you go,
things that make you go home.
Yeah.
It does make you think. It really does, and that's not a bad thing.
No.
It makes you challenge the status quo. It makes you question things, and that's how we should be. Deductive reasoning, logic. I mean, now here's where we've got to, and that's a perfect segue into something that I wanted to bring up. I'm glad you reminded me of it, because when you think about in today's world, you're not allowed to have that anymore. You have to go with what they're saying, whoever they are, is the truth, or you are now cast. You're an outcast. They will mock you. They will destroy you. They will whatever. When we used to be a people who would continue to challenge theory, fact, whatever, and that's, I mean, okay, there's still people believe the earth is flat. You may be listening. You may be, I'm a flat earther. But I don't stand with that. But people started questioning that. They started, the fields of science and medicine and astronomy, all those things. You continually push the envelope to question what people are saying.
Right.
And they were telling people thousands of years ago, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. But I'm sure that Galileo and different ones, I mean, different people were challenged on their theories. And in some cases, Paul, they were called witches and
Especially
demons.
Galileo.
Yeah. But they were saying, listen, I'm seeing something here, and we've never seen this before.
Right.
And I'm calling you out. I'm saying you have never told me about that. So in that way, social media is a good thing. It at least makes you go, I don't know. Let me look at that. Let me think about it. Kind of interesting.
And that's why God gives us discernment.
Sure.
To be able to discern these
You've got to be careful. We don't want to listen to things that are, shouldn't be listened to.
Right.
Praise God. There's things like that. But I just think that's what we should be doing. We should be questioning our leaders always and making sure that they're not trying to lead us down
Dark path.
a bad path that leads us down a path of destruction.
Yep.
And I just it bothers me when I see people just going with the status quo, like ho hum, okay. And listen, I say that about people on both sides of this of politics, or all sides. They'll all feed you a line of bull.
Oh yeah.
I mean, do we not think that Republicans lie? Conservatives, even in politics, do they not lie sometimes?
A lot more than we realize.
Good morning.
There was an old joke. So how do you know when a politician's lying? His lips are moving.
Good morning to the Cornbread Man and Biscuit Boy morning show, seen and heard wherever you're watching from each Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's always a little bit crazy. We don't know exactly. We don't have a script, but we go with it, and it's always worked, and we have fun.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully you'll have fun with us.
That's
And
the main thing.
we are live on Pickaxe again this morning. If anybody happens to be over there watching, started getting it back up over there again, and Instagram and Substack. And on the screen, you'll see the Substack QR code. We put some shows there that are not seen anywhere else.
That's right.
And if you want to see them, then they are behind the paywall, which is so very cheap. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee in many places.
Oh yeah.
A month. That's all you got to do, one time. And you can pay by the year and be done. And that's as little as $4.17 a month. We are not looking for, we are here in the era of high prices to bring you something that is good value. I was getting, listen, I'm an old guy. I'm 61 years old.
That ain't old. We're still kids.
But I was talking to these my grandsons. There was grandsons. Well, great grandsons, believe it or not, but anyway, grandsons. And I had a couple of bucks in my pocket.
Right.
And for a kid to get a buck, that was always a cool thing. But then as I handed it to him, I thought, where in the world can you get anything for a buck?
Where can you? I mean, a piece of candy is $1 now, isn't it?
I didn't have any more money on me, cash, or I would have gave him more. And my son kind of laughed. He's like, hey, you get a buck, like a whole buck. And I went, yeah, they don't go as far as it used to. I said, well, maybe mom or somebody can add a few things to it, and you could buy that candy bar. Well, not even a candy bar. Those are like $2 and something now or more.
Oh, they're $5.
I mean, you used to be able to walk into the stores and you could get the loose candy, bubble gum, or whatever. Remember the old 1 cent or 2? I used to be able to get a bag of candy for $0.25.
Exactly.
Man, those days are gone. Gone. Where do you get that anymore? I don't know.
Everything.
Can you buy anything for a buck? That's the question. Can you walk in anywhere with $1 bill, a crisp U.S.
$1 bill,
mint of the realm, with
And
that's
I was-
Washington, right? George Washington on the $1 bill. Where can you walk in with a buck and buy something?
Dollar Tree.
Another $1.25.
Well, it's true.
Where can you do it?
You gotta remember the tax.
And the tax. We got to feed the monster.
Yes, the monster has to be fed.
I mean, they've got to send some more money overseas and give it away to some people that won't work. I mean, come on, Paul. I mean, what were you thinking?
I wasn't. That's the problem. I wasn't.
Can't you walk in anywhere and buy something for $1? That'd be a great challenge.
It is.
We did this a long time ago, and I remember somebody came up with a couple of places you could walk in and buy for something less than $1. It ain't much though. Maybe a machine. Maybe there's something in a machine you can do for $1.
You can go into Circle K and get a cup of ice.
You could. That's 35 cents, by the way. I know my wife used to do that. You can't get it. You can't get it. You're gonna pay 35 whether there's ice in it or not, because people are just taking the cups.
Yeah.
It is sad that they had to put the straws in many of those stores at the front of the store because the drug users were taking the straws. That's a true story. The Circle K up from my house, you cannot get the straw with your drink until you come up to pay for it. They were stealing them.
That's sad.
It is sad. So you can't get the cup of ice for 35 cents. It ain't much, man. I'm telling you, man, it ain't much. I mean, everything is so expensive. Even the little cheap stuff has went up.
Wow. Stealing straws.
Stealing straws.
What happened to the good old days when you just rolled up $100 bill? I'm just joking.
Oh my God! I'm about to spit my coffee. I'm glad I didn't take a drink yet. I thought you were going to say the good old days of a straw was just used as a straw for drinking purposes.
That is the good old days.
And then you throw that bomb out. I was like, I was just about to take a drink of coffee.
Oh, no.
By the way, the Wolf Nation
not that
coffee.
I've ever done that.
I got some of the pods in from the Wolf Nation coffee store.
Good coffee.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. We love it for less than $20. Shipped to your home, straight to your home.
Your door.
That's the thing of the day. Leave it at my door. I love security cameras, and I love watching the people deliver. If it's DoorDash, Ups, FedEx, whoever, because now they got all these subcontractors that you don't really know who they are. They pull up in a non-marked car.
Yeah.
They get out, and it's dark, and they'll come up to like 10 or 11 o'clock at night at your house, and they got a bag in their hand. You're like, who's that? You didn't forgot you ordered something. It's like, oh, that's the delivery. Because, I mean, they look like they're strung out.
Yeah, you're just waiting for them to pull a lighter out and light the bag, and put it on the front porch.
Then they step back, take the picture,
I told you the story, didn't I, about what my wife did to the young man that delivered the package?
Somebody, he saw her in the window or something, and it scared him or something.
Well, it was borderline dark outside, and she was coming down the steps as he was coming up, to the front. She was coming at the front door there, so she just kind of stood over to the side, and he stepped back and he took the picture. Well, in the picture, when the flash went off, you could see her in the window. And he looks, real close at the picture, and then he looks up and he sees her standing there and he screams. And he thought she was a ghost or something. He didn't know what was going on.
Man. Oh.
But there's some interesting people that deliver those packages.
Yay,
I
Lord.
like to be out. I sit out on my front porch a lot anyway. I sit over in a corner and I'm hidden behind a topiary, which is a tree that I've carved up. But they don't see me when they pull in the driveway and walk up the sidewalk. You can't see me sitting there. And so as soon as they come around, to the steps, they're not looking that way. They're focused on the package. I'll just, say something. Hey, how you doing? I've had them scream, and I didn't even see you sitting there. The FedEx guy, he's gotten used to it, though.
It's like, here's that Putnam crowd.
Yeah. Go back over that
Grandpa out in his chair.
Don't you ever do anything else?
I'm here thinking of great wisdom to share with the world. You should have like a saying you give him every time he comes up, like, hey, remember, and you say like a little slow, but then put the wolf nose.
Yeah.
Like you could say, I don't know, come up with some crazy sayings, funny, but kind of something that's a little altered off of what people always say.
Right.
And then say, the wolf nose. He would never forget that. And then hand him a business card.
Hey, that's exactly right.
That's what we should do. We have deliveries like that.
And I'm sure he'll be thinking, well, what does the wolf know? Use your imagination.
That's right. Use your imagination because the wolf does know.
That's
What does he know?
He knows that you're going to look it up. The wolf knows a lot of things.
I mean, you can say something like, hey, I just want you to know, if you don't lift the seat when you pee, there's danger in your future
There is.
at home.
There is
The wolf
danger.
knows.
Have you seen those videos, Be a Man? The Be a Man videos?
I don't think I have.
Oh my gosh, they come up with some crazy stuff on there. Like, don't use toilet paper. Be a man. It's just stupid stuff like that,
There you go. You can
Exactly.
say that,
Yeah.
and they go, the wolf knows. Or you can do it the other way. You go, hey man, the wolf knows. And when he goes, what does the wolf know? You go, and you tell him.
Never take a laxative and a sleeping pill at the same time.
There was that guy on TikTok in the live I was in the other night, and Uncle Jim's gonna have to use this one. He has a lot of home health come out, so they brought him something out, supposed to be for, I think it was for congestion or something, allergy medicine.
Okay.
A lot of people suffer with allergies. So he takes it. They call back 45 minutes later and say, hey, don't take that medication. He said, I've already took it. They said that was a laxative. As he's talking from the bathroom, too late.
Yeah. I figured that one out.
True story, dude. There used to be these ladies where we worked a long time ago in a land far, far away. Well, not that far away, but it was in like a different world. There was these two ladies, and they were bad to go into people's lunches in the department I worked, and they would take food out. It was a well-known thing. I've been told this. I never put my food in there. I always put mine in my own cooler and stuff. But there was a guy, he brought some food, and these ladies got to putting their little sticky fingers in there, and they took part of his food. Well, he got mad. So do I have proof he did it? No, but he did it. Everybody knows he did it. He made some cookies, and he told all the workers, don't eat the cookies. He brought other cookies for them. It's from this plate. He did. And every leader in the department, those ladies, the leaders, everybody went home sick. They couldn't keep off the toilet. They couldn't prove he did it. They had all the cookies up. There's no evidence left. They knew he did it, but they couldn't prove he did it. That's a true story, man.
I witnessed this, probably the same thing at a place called Target Graphics that I used to work at. The place I used to work, there was an old boy that kept stealing people's lunches when they would leave them in the break room in the refrigerator. And same thing, except it was brownies. But not just a sleeve, a whole box.
Oh my God.
And with the chocolate, mixed it up, and made some brownies. And dude ate 5 or 6 of them. Couldn't find him. He was on the toilet for like 4 hours, I think. He just kept going.
Man.
Surprised it didn't kill him. Dehydrate him.
Wow.
I mean, that's worse than eating a bowl of colon blow.
What?
You never saw that? It's a cereal called colon blow. It's got 10,000 times the fiber in it is raisin.
I've never heard of it. I'm sorry. I guess I'm
Saturday.
sheltered. I don't.
It was a Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
Colon blow.
Oh, it's like doing a colonoscopy. They send you home with a jug. Drink it all.
Yeah.
Like a moonshine.
Yeah.
The last part of it is drink from the toilet.
What to you? What is the worst part, or the most fun part of a colonoscopy?
Well, there's no fun in it. The worst part, mine went really well. I've done one. I guess
I've had
when you get up, you've not eaten in hours and hours and hours, so you feel a little blah, like weak, and you can't eat. You always schedule them really early. I mean, you're headed to the place. I did. I scheduled mine early.
Oh, I did too.
I mean, I was at the place before daylight.
Yeah. And
as soon as we got out, we went straight to Bojangles. I didn't know how I would feel. I'd never done it before. And I told my wife, I said, we might have to get it and go home. I don't know. But you're so empty.
Oh, you're starving.
You're starving, and it's, you just feel like, let's go eat. And so that's what we did.
Well, my favorite part is the fart at the end. They won't let you. They blow all that air up.
Yeah, you got to let it out.
And they won't let you leave until you pass gas. And there's a nurse that stands there and waits for you to pass gas. The last one, I think it lasted a good 8 seconds. I mean, it was sounded like a YZ250.
I told you about the guy, the guy that was my boss at one time when he went and did his. I don't know why they had it this way. When I did mine, there was a side door you went out. You didn't go back through the lobby. They didn't see him through the lobby, and he's walking along because when he was back there, he wasn't wanting to. They said, "Man, let her rip." So he still had residuals. He's walking through. And he let one. And he heard some people laughing. He turns around. And he goes, "Don't worry, you're next."
Yeah.
He just let it go all the way to the door. But it's you got to. It hurts. You got to let it go.
Oh yeah. You don't want to keep that air.
I saw a video one time. It was a girl comes to the door and the video says the first date, and she comes in, shuts the door, and then lets it go because she's held it because she didn't want to do it in front of the date, and everybody's coming there going, "Truth, yeah, that really happens, But I know some women who never did that around their husband or anybody ever. They always went to the bathroom. They're so shy about it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Paul.
No.
I don't think Biscuit Boy cares.
They don't. They don't care where you
I can tell you my wife didn't care. She'd say it's a natural function.
It is.
Deal with it.
It's a natural function.
But her problem was that sometimes she'd do it in public. And I would be the one embarrassed. I'd be like, "Lynn, come on." I mean, like,
Yeah.
that was a manly man release right there. I mean, Lynn said, "Gotta go." She didn't care.
Better out than in.
What's funny is, as shy as a person as she was, that bothered her not one bit. We were at the hospital one time. I think my mom was actually in the hospital. Several times that happened, and we was in the hospital, and Josh was laying up our sleep. Josh always falls asleep wherever he goes because he don't sleep good. So he's laying over there, he's snoring, and Jeremy's sitting there. I bet Jeremy's face turned 3 shades of red and purple. He was so embarrassed. But Lynn let one rip, and at this particular waiting room, there was a divider. If you're sitting down, unless they're on the other end, you can't even see anybody. And that happened. I'm sitting here looking at Lynn like, "Really?" And there's a guy, he stands up, and he looks over there like, I just went like, "Whatever." And he sat back down shaking his head, and Jeremy was over there going, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed." Lynn said, "It's a natural function."
It is. It is a natural function. And I saw this one video. The guy goes and picks up his date. He walks around, he's a gentleman. He opens the passenger side, door. She gets in. He closes it. Well, as he's walking around, she just leans over and lets one rip. I mean, just lets one rip. And guy gets in, and he goes, "By the way, I brought my parents with me. I wanted you to meet them. And turns around, the parents are
I
back there
think I
going.
did see that. It's like, no. Dad's back
she
there
just
going.
gets out of the car and walks off.
Dad's like, that's a good one.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, if you go through life and you really, you don't care. I mean, you just don't care. You never really worry about it. I mean, people just we always said that Lynn was in her own little circle. You had to be in her circle. I mean, she, to understand a lot of times.
Right.
Because it was really funny, she would just crack me up sometimes on stuff. And sometimes I'd be like, no, what in the world are you doing?
Well, you heard
This is so cool that we're on your Facebook today. I love this.
Oh, I agree.
I'm going to go in there and give it a like. And on your Facebook, it's so cool that we're there.
Did you? I think I might have brought this up. It's been a few weeks back, I believe. But anyway, the monorail at Disney World.
Yep.
Somebody let one loose on there, and there were, I think, 5 people ended up going to the hospital.
That must have been rough.
The windows wouldn't come down. I mean, they were just trying to kind of like let one go in an airplane. You can't roll the window down in an airplane.
Wow.
But yeah, they arrested the guy when the authorities were waiting on him. When the monorail got to wherever it was going, they arrested him.
Wow.
The first time I ever heard of anybody being arrested for breaking wind in public.
It's like the guy getting arrested for drunk driving on a lawnmower or a horse or something like that.
George Jones. He got a DUI on a lawnmower.
Was that the old Craftsman?
I believe so. Was that or Snapper?
Snapper. My I think my grandmother had the Snapper.
Yeah, those were stuff.
I mowed a lot of her grass. I mean, we always had to do our trimming, but which Dad made me do a lot. But I mean, that's just the dues you pay as a kid. But sometimes he'd put me out there.
We never had a riding mower.
We didn't, but my grandma did on her property, so we'd go help her.
We had like 5 acres. I had to push mow.
5 acres, man, that'll make a man out of you.
Oh, my dad, God rest his soul, I put him and my mom through some really tough times. But I asked Dad if I could go to a skating party. My little girlfriend was having a skating party over here in Fort Oglethorpe one day. It was on Saturday.
Nice.
Saturday it was chores day. You did chores on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
And I said, Dad, so and so's having a skate party. Can I go? He said, yeah, you can go as soon as you get through cutting the grass. Well, that's an all-day event, There's no way. So I got mad the weekend before. We had plowed the garden up and didn't take the plow off the tractor. So I just went out and got on the tractor and started plowing the yard.
Oh, man.
That didn't go over real well. I got beat.
Wow.
And then again, I think I got beat every time he thought about it.
Did he ever get his yard turned back to like it was? Because
I had to get out there and fix it. Yeah.
How much had you done before he noticed what you're doing?
I had made a couple of passes.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, it was worse than that.
I'll show you.
But he realized how strong-willed I was at that point, I believe.
The early days of Biscuit Boy. Full rebellion.
Yeah. Great thing about growing up in the country.
Did you ever walk off a job? Just said, you know what? Take this job and I'm moving on. I'll just say that. Did you ever do that?
Yeah.
There is a freedom in that. I mean, it isn't if you don't have a paycheck coming next week, but I did it once, twice, or something like. I just had enough. I had my fill of being mistreated.
Well, I tried.
And I just walked. I just said, you know what? I'm out. I'm done.
I tried doing the whole fast food thing one time. I'm not going to name the company that I worked for. But they promoted me to manager really quick. And on one of my days off, which manager doesn't really have.
Not really.
But one of the days I wasn't there, one of the regional vice presidents came in and fired 3 of my people
Ugh.
because they didn't have on the proper uniform. Well, I'm the one that told them, as long as you're back in the kitchen, you're back there cooking, doing whatever, customers can't see you. I don't care what uniform you got on. But if you're serving the public, you have to have the proper uniform on. Well, he fired 3 of the cooks because they didn't have the right uniform on. And then called me and told me to get my blankety blank in there. So I did.
Wow.
Guy started chewing me out. I said, you know what? I reached down, unclipped them keys. I hit him right in the chest with those keys. And I had a few choice words to say to him. I said, you run it. I turned around and walked off.
Oh, I bet he loved that. There's nothing he can do at that point.
You want to hear something funnier? The guy's one of my business partners today.
How did you smooth that over after many years? Like, well, sorry, man.
I don't know. It didn't dawn on me, really.
He may have forgot who you were.
Both of us. Neither one of us realized who the other person was.
Wow. Well, that's a good redemptive story. Like, you know what? You was a jerk.
I was.
I was saying him. He's been a jerk
He
about
was
that.
too.
And you may be a jerk and maybe could have said, okay, all right, But it was like I was at this, my first manufacturing job, night shift. There was a guy, he looked like a really rough version. Nowhere near but he kind of talked like David Lee Roth. And he had blonde hair. It was kind of long. He was a rocker kind of guy, but a redneck rocker kind of guy. So he was not exact, but he lived across the street in a trailer park. Party guy, he almost talked like he almost had like the California talk with the redneck mixed in. He was a funny guy, and we were kind of buddies. But one night we come in, we worked for this really nice guy. I really liked him. Yeah. And he said, he gathered us all in. Today we call those pre-shift meetings. There, and they just, the meeting, get us together. He's got the old clipboard, the traditional, He said, boys, it's going to be a bad night. He said, we got to do 20 samples tonight. This meant you had to pull a bunch of colors, run a little cone, and then change over on a certain line.
Right.
So you knew all night long on that. The material handler was the one who paid the most price because you had to get all this stock, it was a whole night. You knew it was going to be bad. So he's over there listening to all this, and he's like, no, man, I don't think I'm going to do that. He goes, well, that's the job we got tonight. He's like, yeah, well, I think I just quit. And the guy dropped his clipboard. Like he's the kind of guy that would pull his glasses off, because he used the glasses. You're kidding. And the guy goes, no,
I think I quit.
I got cold beer on ice across the street. This is like Friday night too, dude. So it's a weekend.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go home and drink. I think that was a country song or something. And I never forget him walking off. And then he turns to me and he goes, well, Dave, I guess it's on you. And I looked at that guy like, I'll kill you. Like, are you kidding me? You quit?
Man walking.
And I was like, oh. So here it was a rough night. Constantly pulling stock, put it back. So we worked all weekend. Dude comes back the next week, talks to the guy, begs his job back, and he hires him. He said, man, I just have a bad night. I'm sorry. And he came back to work. I'm like, dude, you got out of a whole weekend of crap work, and it don't cost you anything but a little bit of money. You party.
That's it.
I was like, I got to give you a lot of credit. I mean, I think that's pretty cool that you ever did. You put that on me?
That used to be one of the tough things about construction. You know that when you pay your guys on Friday, about 75% of them ain't showing up on Monday.
Yeah.
They won't show up till the money runs.
Yeah.
And that's just that lifestyle. That's the way some of them guys chose to live.
Man, they're living in hotel rooms and
Yeah.
per diems, and they don't. It's a vagabond kind of life because a lot of those people travel
Yeah.
to do those jobs. You know, paint crews. I knew a lot of painters that was alcoholics.
Yeah. Because of the fumes.
The fumes, man. Them dudes was drunks, man. They always had the red face going on.
Yeah.
Great painters though, but they always had paint clothes on, man. Everything they had paint on it.
Well, I want to tell you one thing. You never saw one on the job sober.
No.
And
No.
the reason why is because they couldn't keep a steady hand. They had to drink. Or that hand, you'd have stuff all over everything. But you let them take a drink, just as straight a line as you can get.
I got to steady my hand here.
That's right.
I never thought about that.
I guess it's still a thing. I don't know. I hadn't done construction in years.
Well, I worked at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. We had a paint crew. They were always redoing hotel rooms. I mean, every week they would do. You had a crew that did the floor. You had a crew. They had a paint crew. They had people that put new furniture in. I mean, that's just the nature of it. You always had to have a maintenance crew dedicated to redoing. I mean, we had I want to think at that location we had over 500 rooms. It was a lot of hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Might have been more than that, but I know there was over 500. So you're going to be redoing stuff, fixing lights and all that. But it was a paint crew. They were always going in and painting hallways, rooms, meeting rooms.
Yeah.
They were always smashed, man. They always, what they did is they put them in working places where people would never be around them.
Yeah.
So they were drinking on the job. I knew they were. Everybody knew it. Nobody was going to say anything. They were really nice dudes. They were just drunk. I mean, but they painted all the time. But it's a hard life. A lot of those companies that go around, let's say like we go to Jack's a lot. I don't mind saying it. We got a good relationship with Jack's.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the manager on here. So.
We are. And when they like a lot of them, I don't know if they do, but a lot of restaurants when they build a new location, they have a crew that shows up from out of state.
Yeah. And
they work that till it's done, and they're on to the next one.
Yep.
That's what you do. You got a crew that knows how to build your business. You don't need to hire a new crew. You may lose somebody here and there, but you got a dedicated crew
and everything.
Yeah.
They come in, they do the hiring and all that good stuff.
So and there may be multiple crews because they may be building multiple locations across the United States.
Yeah. Especially
when they're really first getting going and exploding. You're going to have crews. They're in hotel rooms all the time. They may go home every once in a while, but through the week if they're running behind, they'll work weekends.
And those crews make a lot of money.
They do make a lot of money because you're not making money with that location until it gets up.
Right.
So you get overtime, double time, maybe even triple time sometimes for working a holiday or something. Those guys will knock the bucks down and send it home, and then they're making it home every once in a while. Some of them don't have a home. Home is on the road.
The way my job used to be as a graphic artist, anything over 8 hours in a day was time and a half. Up to 12 hours. Anything over 12 hours was double time.
Nice.
If I worked on a Saturday, it was time and a half. If I worked on a Sunday, it was double time. If I worked on a holiday, it was triple time. And if it was a holiday on the weekend, it was triple time and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's pretty cool right there. That's a nice check.
Oh yeah.
What were you making an hour back in those days? Like what do you guess it to be?
In 1980.
I mean, even though it's going to be a lot lower probably than what a lot of people make today in skilled jobs.
Well,
for then it was a lot of money.
Oh yeah, in 1985 I was making $15 an hour.
Yeah, it was good pay, man.
Oh,
pay,
it
man.
was
But people
great
back then
pay
were making
back then.
$5, $6, $7 an hour.
Yeah.
Triple time and a half. Can you imagine that for a day? Wow.
Exactly.
Of course, the government's going to take their little fat hand and get in there. And
Not anymore.
do you agree with flat tax? I know you probably agree with no tax. I'm just saying, if there's a tax, does the flat tax work for you?
If there has to be one, I could get on board with it.
Yeah.
But not an income tax.
So what things, I mean, I know in the original articles, I mean, really, your government was to be there for national defense. That was that was what they were there for.
Yep.
Maybe interstate commerce or something. It wasn't much.
People don't realize this country ran off of tariffs.
Ran off of tariffs
for
and
years.
your people were not being ripped
That's right.
of all the money. And nowadays, all you hear people say, you know what makes me so mad? And I get it. In one way, it's not. But the little penny taxes they keep throwing at you. The people say, it's just a penny. We have to have schools. We have to have roads. We have to have this. We have to have that. And the people come in and go, they don't, but they'll say something like, those pennies turn into a lot of money when you're talking about over purchases that you're making.
Yeah.
And they go, it's just a penny. Well, it's not if I'm buying thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just pennies.
You know, USAID, they were sending I forget how many millions of dollars worth of condoms to Gaza.
Do we really believe that they were using condoms in Gaza?
Well, they're turning around using them for not IUDs. IEDs. Excuse me. Completely different thing there.
Her husband, this lady told me her husband got up in church and said, pray for the soldiers. You know, they're fighting in the war. And they're encountering all these IUDs.
Yeah.
She just dropped her head. He sits down. The pastors try not to laugh. She's like, honey. He said, what? It's an IED, not an IUD. Too late. It was already out there.
It was out there.
One little letter means a lot.
Freudian slips.
So anyway, they were using them for
IED.
Oh.
Yep. You know, and
there's
the study of gay baboons. That was a big one. You know,
I didn't know there was such a thing.
There was I forget how many millions of dollars they spent on a study of the effects of cow flatulence on the ozone. They're just when they went through the list of things that they were sending money to, you know, like to develop a gay children's cartoon book.
They threw money at all sorts of studies and overseas
and
to provide curriculum that was all.
But none of that money went to those things. It all went somewhere else.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you noticed since USAID shut down, have you noticed there have been, I think, 7 Latin American countries that have elected conservative presidents?
Yeah.
Since USAID shut down.
Yeah. We've been in regime change around the world, but putting in just horrible leaders.
Yep.
And they've also spent money to try to dethrone Bibi Netanyahu. Huge money. Obama did, for sure.
Trying to dethrone Trump.
And certainly here, absolutely.
Yeah.
I saw a guy interviewing this couple at the reflecting pool, and they're going, and the guy goes, it's just his own personal ego. That's all this is for. And the guy goes, but wouldn't it be nice to have a painted reflecting pool and water? He said, well, every president does that. Every president has spent money on it. We should do that. We should clean it up. We should keep it fixed. He says, isn't that what the president's doing? No, he's doing it for his own ego. But he said, but isn't the job that's getting done good? Isn't that so? Well, it would be. We've always done it. We should take care of it.
But that dang ballroom.
That's it. I mean, but he just kept going on. The guy's like, no, we hate him. We hate Trump.
CES is real, folks.
I want that ballroom built, and I want to see the president and Melania dancing around in there, and just let them their heads will explode.
Oh yeah.
Because you got to get this thing built quick.
Well, and it's not costing us.
And have trumpets, you know, as he marches in and stuff. You know, I just make them crazy. They'll go nuts.
Yeah. What is the music that they play when the queen or the king comes in? You know,
I can't remember. You know,
they ought to start playing that
my
music.
spastic brain. I'm thinking of the Imperial March off the Star.
Right.
That would be funny, dude.
That's the music they should play when he enters the ballroom. That would be hilarious.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dude,
Darth Vader.
I would absolutely fall over in the floor and laugh myself to death if that happened. Just because to see the reaction. you know, he is a comical guy. He does like to have a laugh or two.
Oh, he has a great sense of humor.
And he does that to provoke them, and they fall for it every time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Every time. The funniest one was the sombreros. Putting Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero, or putting, you know, when he's up there talking, he starts playing the Mexican music in the background and has the sombrero on, a little mustache on him. And, it was hilarious. And, it sent him over the top.
Did you see, what is that dude's name? He looks like a demon. I mean, he looks bad, but the guy who's the leftist, he's always been a political commentator.
Blumenthal?
No. He's been out there a long time. He is calling like he's a leftist. He's a leftist, but the leftists have went so far left of him. He's like done with them. Like he's mad at them. He's not for conservatives at all. He's not a conservative. He's not even middle of the road. He's not a Rhino or nothing like that. But there's people calling for.
It's not Joe Scarborough, is it?
No. He's a loon.
Moron.
They're talking, and I know the guy's name. I'll think of it in a minute. And there's a senator that's calling for the replacement of Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer, saying the leadership's got to change. It's horrible what we're seeing.
They need to get rid of that purple-haired woman too.
She's
nothing
out.
but a nuisance.
She's out. She at the changeover. She will be out. She can't win.
Maxine Waters is another one.
I think her district is gone. The redistricting took her out.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's one of the most corrupt politicians in Washington.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but Marjorie Taylor Greene's got her little show going on across America or whatever. I told you she'd be doing some media stuff.
Oh yeah.
I caught part of one the other day, and I caught a promo for one as well.
I would definitely watch her. She's very interesting. Never a dull moment with her.
Well, entertainment, man.
That's what it is.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, why is Saturday Night Live? Why was it great back in the day? I don't know about now. Yeah, it was entertainment, man. They made fun of everybody.
I'll tell you, I like watching Brandon Gill. You know who Brandon Gill is?
Yeah.
He's an up-and-coming congressman, and he comes up with some stuff. I mean, he asks, pretty point-blank questions to some of those people that they bring in before Congress or bring up before
One
Congress.
of those guys that I really like is Kennedy out of, what's his name, Louisiana?
Oh, John Kennedy.
No, that's not John.
Yeah, it's John Kennedy.
I don't think that's John. I think that's
I'm positive it's John Kennedy.
The one in
Louisiana.
Is it John? I don't think it's John.
It is.
Maybe it is, but I don't think maybe anyway. I like him.
Here, let's do a Googler here. Let's see.
I can't remember, but maybe it is, but I couldn't remember the first name. But anyway, I like him. He's funny. What
is the first name of Senator Kennedy from Louisiana?
With your British voice that will now come out. But he really pins them down when they're in one of those interviews, and I can't see that from here.
It's John.
I can't see that.
Not to be mistaken with John F. Kennedy, but it is John.
Okay. I just didn't remember.
The only way that
I never think of his name. I just think first time I always think of his last name.
Well, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that he's the dumbest man in the world, but he better hope that the dumbest man in the world stays healthy.
He comes up with a lot of quibs. It's funny.
He does.
And he pins them down to ask him a question, and he won't let them loose because they always try to throw him off the trail. Say, well, the reason I'm here is no, I'll ask you a question. I want you to answer the question. Answer the question. And he would say, you're not going to answer. I know you're not. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say if you can't answer the question. There's nothing else to talk about for me.
Yeah, you're dismissed.
So he uses his whole time just to tell them, he makes them look stupid.
Oh yeah, he's good at that.
He
comes across, that country bumpkin until it's kind of like Columbo,
Now there has been a couple of times I have not agreed with him on his stance. There's been a couple of times he has taken some
hard lines.
Well, actually, what I think he would do is I get you got to reach across the aisle, but he compromised too much, and I disagreed with him on a couple of things. I was real shocked that he actually did that, but
right.
Honestly, most of them do it. at one time or another. They will cave in on something, so they get. So that's that making sausage part of legislation and laws and stuff.
Well,
By the way, in Georgia on January 1st, July 1st, excuse me, July 1st,
right?
120 new laws go into effect.
Really?
Yes. That's how much our legislators have put into, and there's all kinds of them. Some of them, there's even one that's coming online dealing with the fact that we don't have pennies. There's a law they're putting in of how that's to be handled.
Don't have what?
We don't have pennies anymore. For how they charge, there actually is a law that's coming in about that on July 1st, which is just around the corner.
Yeah, it's not far.
Not far. But I didn't look at them all. I was trying to look it up. 11 Alive in Atlanta has the 120 that they have summarized.
Wow.
But there's 120, and every state does this. That's why I say the longer you go, the harder it is to obey the law, because they keep making so many laws, you don't even realize you're breaking a law.
Oh, I know. There's still some laws on the books, like you can't have a stump taller than 2.5 feet tall on a road. Well, I don't think you should have stumps on the road anymore, but this was back during the horse-drawn buggy.
There's still in the books a lot of laws about the horses.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have a hitching post.
Yeah.
I don't have a hitching post at the house. I did see a hitching post at a Longhorn Steakhouse once in Amish country.
I don't doubt that. Well, my wife and I started taking this Amish fire cider. It will light you up.
What's it for?
It's for your gut. It's to help, with your gut biome and all of the good and bad bacteria and all that stuff. But it a lot of people take this apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
This has apple cider vinegar in it. It tastes a lot like apple cider vinegar, but it tastes like it's got, moonshine and all kinds of other stuff in it too. But it's got a lot of capsaicin, which capsaicin is what's in a pepper seed, that makes it hot. And it'll fire you up. You can feel a nice glow going down when you swallow.
Does it come in a jug?
Comes in a honey jar.
I just feel like the moonshine jug,
Yeah.
Somebody says, "What is this?" That's medicine.
Y'all gonna have to excuse me for a minute. This coffee is doing its thing.
It's taking him on.
Yep.
Taking you for a journey. Sorry, light casting across us there for a second. We got to put a shield up. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. The weather, it's hot now. We're heading into some hot days here in the Southeast. We'll be approaching 100 degrees many days, high 90s. Possibly it could go triple digit. Heat indexes are going to be off the scale. That'll probably pop up some heavy storms here and there, sporadic, powerful. Be careful out there, folks. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. Check on the elderly. Sometimes they try to save energy because they're on a fixed budget. Make sure that they got a fan at least. Hopefully some air. Check the animals. It's just going to be that kind of heat where we really, even though we're deep south, we really here the last few years have not seen that many days like that. We'll have a week, maybe two, where we see that. I remember a few years ago we had about 6 weeks straight of that. It was drying up. All the creeks and all the lakes were going down, and there were water conservation measures put in place everywhere. It was brutal. Light bills were, oh my gosh, because it was peak capacity every day. They were telling people to conserve or they would lose power. That goes back a number of years, but I can remember that. We went through a time where drought conditions, so the lakes were already low. And I remember several lakes, I've seen more of the bottom of them than I'd ever seen before. And we just came through a dry time. So we've had a lot of rain, but as long as it's just a few days, we should be fine. There is a lot of play. That was scary. I mean, it was getting to the point, even some of the companies were having to curtail operations some. They use a lot of water processes and stuff because it was such a shortage at that time. So, but just be careful and check on all those things. It's going to be brutal days. So if you're in our areas, they're going to be brutal. It's not just hot. It's going to be high humidity, heat,
It's that global warming.
and not a lot of rain in the forecast. It's pretty clear, so it's going to be really intense for a few days. So I hate it. I don't like extremes. You know, it's like when they in the wintertime they say we're going to be a possibility of -10 degrees. I don't enjoy nothing like that.
Dude,
Usually here we're so moderate,
Yeah.
we really don't deal with it. But this is
Just
one
the
of those
humidity.
times.
I mean, humidity's brutal around here.
Yeah,
But yeah, talking about cold, I've been stuck on the side of the mountain deer hunting. Wind chill 20 below zero. And I'm the only thing moving out there. Why? Why do I do that? I won't do it again, I can tell you that. I don't have any fat on me anymore, and I can't. I just start shivering. I get cold sometimes in the house, and it'll be 70 degrees.
yeah.
I have to do a couple hundred push-ups or something to get my heart beating real well.
I think they also call that getting old.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, you get cold. You know, people come in. You've got it's like 85 degrees, and you're going, hey. They're like, what's hot here? And you go, really? I thought it was kind of cool.
Like alcoholics freezing to death in the summer.
You got a hoodie on and a blanket around you, and they're going, are you sick? No, it's cold. Cold.
It's just cold in there.
They're like, it's 72 degrees. What? Well, it's cold to me.
I'm gonna tell you what, I have to keep the air about 68, but my wife freezes. When she gets in bed at night, she said, I can't believe you got it this cold in here. And I was like, honey, I turned it up to 7. No, you didn't. Yeah, it's 70 degrees. They don't feel like 70 degrees in there. Something's wrong with the thermostat.
You need one of them things on the bed that heats and cools each side. That way she can turn up her side. That actually is a good system to have. You know, it gives you some. I mean, you lay on it, but it can be cold, it can be hot, it can be whatever you want it.
Set the temperature.
You set it, but it's dual.
So I've got one of those pillows that's always cool. I use it, but I'll wake up in the middle of the night just soaking wet. But I overheat at night for some reason. I don't know why. But my wife this morning, she got up while I was getting ready, and she was wet. She had been sweating. And she said, what if you got the air on? I said, it's on 70. She said, well, maybe you need to turn it back down. Okay.
The battle over the air, it's always the hard
It's a thing.
Nobody's exact.
It's a thing.
We condition, Kaylee, me and Lynn always liked it cool.
Yeah.
We just, we'd rather wear a long sleeve shirt and stay, even put a little light cover on watching TV or something.
Yeah.
And we condition.
I sleep better.
We can do, yeah, we did too. We conditioned Kaylee to that. If she's cold, she'll just put on a jacket or something. She don't complain about it.
Put a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, she likes to do that anyway. But actually, I think she's pretty used to it now, and so she don't really ever say anything. But her mama, man, we could never. She was always, it's so cold in here.
Well, we have definitely spoiled ourselves in this country. There's still a lot of countries don't have heating or air.
Well, that's now we're in the good old USA.
That's right. But
I will say, I've known people that got older and they were frugal, and I get it. I'm frugal too, but I'm not gonna sweat. But I've known people that would sit in the summertime, lights out, air off, doors and windows all open, burning up, try to save a buck or two, and acting like they're okay when you can see the sweat rolling off of their head. And I remember my neighbor, her husband worked at the foundry, and he would come in and he would say, "Turn the air on now."
Yeah.
And she'd say something about how much it cost. He said, "I make the money. I'm bringing it in. I am not going to sweat all day in the foundry and come home and sweat. Turn the air on." She'd get mad, but he'd say, "You get that air on now." And she would.
the house is going to be cold.
She said, "I'm going to save on energy." He said, "Not while I'm here, you're not. You can sweat if you want." He would get so mad. He'd come in and it'd be like an oven, man. He's like, "I'm working this all day. You don't. Turn the air on. Put a jacket on. I'll put extra money in the house, whatever."
Right.
But she was the traditional housewife. He worked. He made good money. He said, I'll pay for comfort. I want it.
Yeah.
I get him.
Makes sense.
It was 2 things about him. 3 things. Well, I'll say 4. My neighbor, he was an interesting fellow. His dad used to be a moonshiner. He run Shine back in the days. He was your Tobacco Road kind of, not Thunder Road kind of guy. Right. He ran Shine for his dad up to Chicago when he was a kid. But there was one thing about it. He was a hard worker. He was. When he come home, he wanted to be cool or warm, if not hot though, if it was wintertime. He wanted at least 2 cases of beer, always available. And much of that in the fridges you could get, keeping it cold. And they made all of his food so hot, it was great. But it was fire. You talking about fire? All of it, everything he made was hot. Man,
Spicy hot.
Man, flamethrower hot. Yeah. They didn't make any. I bet their cereal was hot, dude. I mean, everything they made was hot. They grew their own peppers, and they both believed in that. But he got home. He drank a 12-pack every night after work, and on weekends he was drunk from Friday night till late Sunday. He never got sober on weekends, and he did that for years. It caught up with him later. The cirrhosis of the liver and all that stuff, man. He was a hard worker. He played hard at home, and he was an interesting fellow. He really was, but he had a bad drinking problem. Well, that's an hour gone by. Can you believe it, man? 1 hour flew by. We're a little over, so we're kind of over our mark. Wow. We're going to be getting off here and recording Just How Big a Boy Are You? That is only seen on Substack. Hit that QR code up there. Go to Substack. You'll get one free. If you do a free subscribe, you'll get a free view of one of the shows on our Substack.
And you'll enter your
name into the drawing for the coffee and the Yeti mug. And the paid subscription first drawer out of the name. Yep. We've had someone join yesterday or the day before. Did a free subscribe. You'll now be in the drawing.
Slowly trickling in, but they're
it takes a little while to get the things out there. So, but we're thank you for watching. Give us a like, follow, share. We do a lot of programming here. We've got new shows on the way, bringing back some shows we shut down for a little bit. But we thank you for watching Wolf Nation Network. We're not just a podcast. We're more than a podcast. We're a network.
Podcast network.
And so we're growing. We're talking to companies right now about next steps for the entity, which is Wolf Nation Network. And always remember,
the wolf knows.
The wolf knows. We'll go out with music. Peace. Appreciate you. Have a great day out there.
Talking biscuit boy proud. Static crackles like a rattlesnake's tail. Voices rolling like a freight train wheel. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, talking live love and southern joy. Cornbread man, biscuit boy, raise your glass, make some noise. Gravy drips in the southern drawl. Stories thick like the cypress tall. Radio rebels riding wild and free, shouting truths like a storm at sea.